can keep up with the new F5 competition. But we also need to mandatory say it's a ring taxi. There could be a kid in it, a scared passenger.
I know.
I know. Good morning, comrades. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Nürburgring, and welcome, to a very special video, because I could, of course, do sometimes cars that are very common. You need to do some silly clickbait title about "we went too fast" or "this guy is funny" or I don't know what. But with some cars, because everybody wants to see them, you just say how it is. We are going out in the C63 Black Series, thanks to Enes, who wrote me. He's like, hey, I saw my car quite often in your videos. Would you mind driving it? I'm like, is Pope Catholic? Does the bear shit in the woods? Of course! This is like one of those halo cars that I always wanted to experience, let alone drive. So first of all, handshake, thank you so much for making it happen. And second of all, you said that this is a fully stock car.
Yeah, everything is stock.
Like everything.
Everything, no different headers or different exhaust.
No brakes.
No brakes, everything stock. So
even tires were on Super Sports or something. Yeah. It's and that is good for a benchmark if you want to know how a car performs, and you will find out in a bit that, because we already did the lap like we used to. We do the lap first to make sure that the track stays open, and then we do the intro afterwards so we can cool down ourselves. The amount of emotion that this car produces, it is absolutely mind-blowing. It is, make sure to watch till the end of the video, because we're gonna have a bit of a sentimental part about how these cars, they were allowed to make these cars back then, not so long ago, and nowadays it's all active speaker sound and all that bullshit. One final thing, so specs wise, it's a 6.2, not a 6.3 like Mercedes wants to make you believe. With how many powers?
517.
517, yeah. Torque?
I think 600.
Okay.
600, 650.
Yeah. And it's a lots and lots of emotion. Well, you've seen already beauty shots and detail shots from Adrian, but it's phenomenal. Anyway, guys, enjoy the lap. This was amazing.
First time driving this C63?
First time, yeah.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
So I'm really you need to walk me through it. So,
okay,
so what do I do? So
basically the car is pretty much stock. You can't do much. Of course, you have your modes, your comfort, sport, or sport plus, or manual. I usually keep it manual, of course.
Yeah.
You have ESP off. Or
probably
on, and you have sport.
Which tires are we on?
Now is on. So
okay. No, which tires do we have on the car? I didn't look.
Sorry. So I think it's Michelin Super Sport.
Okay. Let's do sport mode for now, and if it grips in too much, the ESC for sport mode, because I know that these cars from the stories are set up to impress people and scare people.
The only problem with the car is it's quite heavy.
Yes, the brakes will feel probably towards the half of the lap.
The brakes are pretty good, I'd say, for a stock car. I've had a problem with these.
All right.
Should I put it on sport then?
Yes.
Sport mode.
We need to give these 15-year-olds something to complain about.
Yeah.
He drove it just in sport mode. He was not a real man. Such a shame. A real man's car, driven in just sport mode. Yeah.
Put it in manual.
Yeah, perfect. Please do. Ooh, we have 7 gears.
Yeah, 7 gears to rip through.
Nice. It's very comfortable.
It's That's what a Mercedes is. It's
Yeah.
usually quite comfortable.
And that's
But the suspension is also stock, so
really,
yeah.
it has a very nice stance.
Yeah, from factory it comes with the KW V3. So I just lowered that a bit, but everything else is stock.
Cool.
It's quite stiff.
Yep, I can tell that. I'll leave the window open for that acceleration. We have shift indicators. No scraping, that's good. Bit of body roll, but we're used to that from such a heavy car. Yeah, he wants to bite. A lot of torque. Didn't need to downshift for that one.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's of course by no means a track car. It's more of a probably a proper autobahn cruiser. You can still of course go sharp with it, sharper than with the casual C-Class. The emotion is most important. Like it's really amazing.
That's what the car gives you probably the most.
Exactly. You really need to watch out with going on throttle out of the corners because it really wants to bite you in the ass with its twisty ass. But once you're on it, the sound. Up with the new M5 competition, but we also need to mandatory say it's a ring taxi. There could be a kid in it, a scared passenger. I know it as a driver, like you know when we were running taxi ourselves, and at the end of the evening some guy would upload his onboards with his Clio overtaking our supercar and saying like yeah, and they were like, bro, we had like a 13-year-old kid who was crying in there and asking not to go fast, so like you know, so should be a fair comparison. But yeah, the emotion is sick. It's really good. But the power delivery is almost like a turbo engine. Yeah, there is some sort of a lag that like really all of a sudden kicks all of the torque in there. Yeah. And then you're like, what the F? Unexpected.
I just wanted to ask you.
Yes.
Like, with what car would you put this into comparison, or?
Is it even possible? I mean, no. I mean, let's talk about cars. So this has a proper massive V8. So then all of a sudden my first thing would be thinking about some Cadillacs, like some
American
CTSV or CT, like whatever we don't get here in Europe. Something loud, angry, luxurious at the same time. Because the only thing similar to this would be like, I don't know, like E39 M5, because it was also V8 and angry. And not as extreme sporty in terms of the wing and the wide arches, but like it's hard to put like to think of like what could it be. It's really it's a unique, it's a beast of its own. brakes are still holding up nicely. That's good.
Yeah.
It's a bit on the soft side, but it needs to, I mean, the suspension, but it needs that to be to still deliver some sort of luxury and also handle the weight. Because I think otherwise they'll be also replacing all the components every 2 weeks. Thank you. Love the torque, like really you do. So is it an actual 6.3 or is it still 6.2?
6.208 I think,
Yeah.
so it's not really 6.3, but the 4-liter C63 is also C63.
It's amazing. We can take the carousel?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Supercharger or? No. Because I hear some whistle on the front.
Yeah, I also don't know. I think that is. I honestly don't know. I don't know if it's the tires or.
No, it's really like a mechanical sound. Now the brake pedal is getting slightly soft, but nothing too extreme. I love it. I hope I have a nice jump picture because there was a photographer. You seen us, that's good. Sideways jump. Amazing.
It's quite fun to drive. It's the gears up changing.
Yes.
It's like a whiplash.
Yeah. And is the exhaust stock or the
Everything's stock.
stock? Everything.
Stock. Yeah. No.
Wow.
No different headers or different exhaust. It's everything.
Amazing. Remember the days when they still were making these cars like that?
Yeah.
And it's not so long ago. That's the saddest part.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how old is it now? Like
10
10 years
years,
old?
yeah.
10 years? And still, I would take this over I mean, when we talk about Black Series, I know it's could be maybe potentially the fastest semi-production car, which is not like after the AMG one and or etc. But even when you compare that to a stock GTR, yes, it's stupid fast, but emotion-wise, in comparison with the stock with the normal GTR, you know.
Yeah, that's what you miss nowadays.
It's so bad, so sad. It's just, I mean, I know it's regulations and law and this and that, but it's just makes you want to cry and puke at the same time. Like you puke the tears of sadness. But yeah, luckily we're still allowed to drive these cars, and hopefully, I mean, now with this new law, or like sort of like proposal or law that new cars are able to be sold with e-fuels, that are run on e-fuels only, hopefully we can enjoy these babies as well still in the future, because you know they're gonna come after them at some point anyway. But let's not finish on a sad note, let's finish on a good note. And if I would be some douchebag YouTuber, I would put some drift roundabout here, like no, the only good note that we can finish on is just like the fact that we made it here. It was lots of fun. I'm happy that we kept it in sports traction modes. Yeah. Because otherwise it would be too much fighting with the car. The torque, like really the spike of the torque was already like quite impressive. But you can see on camera if it was like, I don't know, kicking in traction control too much, and of course you can complain about, I wish you turn off traction control, be a real man. No. No, overall, Anas, thank you so much. It was like really like,
for me also, I had never seen this car like driven to its not limits, but
comfortable, spirited lap.
Yeah,
because it's a car that I don't know, it's a very special car, it's a car that I know it's heavy. With the brakes we need to watch out not to put too much stress on it. And no,
I usually also keep it quite easy with the car. I never try to,
and you don't need to. The thing is, it gives you so much emotion. Like you really don't need to send it. You can do like really like 2 minute a lap slower than we were driving now. You're still gonna be loving this upshifts, and you're gonna get all the looks in the car park anyway. Over everyone.
You do get that, but it's you come here for fun, and
exactly
the sound and the emotions is. I don't need any track times or lap times.
That's amazing. I'm really really impressed. Nice. Cool. So let's see where I can park it up. Maybe like there next to the grass.
Yeah, the issue is for weight saving. They don't have any Parktronic or cameras. They have nothing. I think
like real man, like real man.
Optionally, I think you can get a camera, but